Australian media is very parochial at the best of times. It's a very insular country because we assume no one else is paying attention to us. That held true for most of the Olympics as well, but it was in the lead up there was lots of criticism about the amount of money that was being spent. And at the same time there was also a big controversy about bribery within the IOC. There was lots of doubt over whether the Olympics themselves should even be held like on a worldwide scale, let alone in Sydney. So there were lots of scandals and huge amounts of concern about the amount of money that it was going to cost and what the hell we were going to do with all these venues and the athletes' village afterwards. During the Olympics, there was...
It's getting a low battery warning, just so you know.
Okay, it's going to be okay. Is that 20%?
Yeah.
20%. Okay,
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. So during the Olympics, it was largely positive because everyone, including the reporters, I think, was swept up in this national excitement.
Exactly, yeah.
But compounding that was the fact that I think a lot of news editors assumed there was very little public appetite for critical stories from mainstream media. International media were doing critical stories probably more than the Australian media was, but that's partly because these stories were not new to Australians. We knew already about Redfern, the Aboriginal slum.
Yeah.
We knew already about these things, whereas they were possibly untold stories elsewhere. Afterwards, there was still critical coverage, but it was tempered a lot by the national unity that came from the Olympics. So it was like the night after a really good party, you're kind of looking around at the mess, but you still have a smile on your face.
Exactly, yeah.
It was, they had that kind of emotion. It did affect the coverage afterwards. But yeah, there was a lot of stories afterwards where people were just going, okay, now what do we do?
Exactly.
And what's actually come of this? How do you quantify the benefits? How do we work out whether it was worthwhile? And that lasted for quite a while.